Hey guys, Lawrence here, and today is just something I just talk about something that a lot of you have asked me. And that is, how did you discover JoJo? Yeah, a lot of people have really been asking me this because it just suddenly came out of nowhere. Around about August last year, I did a cover of Part 2's Bloody Stream, and that's the name of the song, by the way, not something else that sounds all the more morbid. Finally, after years of at least knowing about the show, actually give it a watch. And yeah, my mind was completely blown. I have no real words to say about JoJo other than the fact that it's weird. Now you may think I only just found out about JoJo. And no, the memes were around, and yes, I was aware of the memes. But it all went back to probably way before the 2010s, sometime around 2004 or something like that. I remember my brother watching something online, and he must have been watching one of the OVAs for what became Stardust Crusaders Part 3. It looked pretty bonkers then, and even now that I know it's not the superior product to what we have today, it still looked amazing. And then I remember seeing clips of it sometimes from AMV Hell, remember those series of videos back in the day? But then I really became much more aware of the show when Antfish did his Jojo Bizarre Adventure as abridged. I really looked up to him and I really loved that style of humour he had going in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure abridged. Let me know down in the comments if you were a fan of that show and you want him to come back to it, but honestly, I think with Team 4-Star, I think really, judging with how bonkers the current show is, do we really need an abridged series? And for a while, there wasn't really much to kind of go on. I didn't have a way to be able to buy any DVDs of the show, and Crunchyroll wasn't really a thing at the time, at least in the current capacity it is today, so it kind of just fell to the wayside. I knew that there was a new series coming out, what David Production would then go on to do, and yeah, I forgot about it for a few years. Then suddenly, I just thought, one day, is JoJo on Crunchyroll now? And I looked it up and I was just, oh my god! It was! All of it! Well, you know, all 4 parts of it, but I didn't know how many parts there were at the time. I was really not schooled. I knew there were multiple different main characters, but the amount of content there was, over 100 episodes? Whoa. That's a lot more than I thought there was. And it spanned different times of history? I mean, okay, granted, I knew about Phantom Blood, the part 1, because I did help edit some of Antfish's Phantom Blood abridged, and even did a couple of voices for it, but I didn't really know about the details of it. Going into the details of a Hirohiko Araki story, kind of like how Hideo Kojima does the details of Metal Gear Solid. There is a lot to get through, am I right? So, I just sat down September last year and just plowed through part 1, part 2, really quickly, and I immediately realised, oh my god, part 2 is the favourite. Part 2 is my favourite part of the entire show. And yes, don't get me wrong, Stardust Crusaders, that is an experience in of itself. And the one episode that really unnerved me, the Polnareff, aging down, oh my god. I watched it all, I caught up with the lore, I started really loving the intros done by Coda. That's why I then went on to do the opening for stuff like that. There is actually an intro of Great Days I was meant to do with Bengami 33, but that's been kind of shelved by our production crew on the music for like a year or so. Hopefully we'll be able to do it, but yeah, we will. I want to do that song because that song, Great Days, is great. But what do I like about JoJo specifically? It's just the art style. It's so different, and it evolves over time. And I'm really appreciative of the fact that David Production evolves the style of the show like Araki did over the years that he did the manga, because he's been doing the manga for 30 years. Not too dissimilar time from when Toriyama's doing Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z's manga. It's similar times. And yet Araki still wants to keep going and pushing the envelope, whereas Toriyama, he kind of wants to just coast. And to be fair, I don't blame him. He's made a lot of money. He can retire. Araki, I'm sure he's made a lot of money too. But he's not going to stop. In fact, I actually saw a story about that one of his relatives wasn't feeling too great. He asked why, she was kind of cryptic, the mother was the same way, and Araki's mental process was just like, what could be causing all of these types of, conditions? It's a real mystery. If it's a real mystery with its own family, just think of what we get actually on paper. Whoa. But honestly, the main thing that really draws me to JoJo is how much you connect with the characters in a relatively short space of time. At best, with Diamond is Unbreakable, for example, you're there for nearly 40 episodes, and that was with me being able to plow through all of them in maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Imagine, kind of like what I'm seeing with Golden Wind right now, Part 5, you're having to do it on a week-by-week basis, it kind of keeps you intrigued, you're looking forward to every week as it comes out. I didn't ration myself with catching up with JoJo, I just went straight through it. And honestly, it was impulsive. It's just so different, and yeah, quite frankly, Joseph Joestar is the best JoJo in my opinion. They're all cool. I think they're all great in their own way, and how they evolve and are different in some shape or form. And no matter what way you look at it, some element of Jonathan Joestar or Joseph Joestar is apparent in pretty much all of the JoJos. At least, from parts 1 through 6. And I'm not here to school you what JoJo is all about. I'm not a JoJo tuber. You want to look for the likes of X-Force for that kind of thing. But, speaking as a guy who likes anime, or at least, would like to like more anime, but, really doesn't have the time for it, it's a real escape, and something I look forward to every week. And it's nice. Now that I don't have Super to be looking at every week, and quite frankly, Super Dragon Ball Heroes isn't much of a draw, that's why I'm probably not going to do any more reviews for it, or if I do, it'll be in a vastly different format. It's just nice to have something to look forward to in the shape of, JoJo. If you were going to do a top 10 right now and say, Masako, you can put JoJo in your top 10, but you only had to choose one part, what would it be? Well, it'd be Battle Tendency. Battle Tendency, it's the most straightforward, it's the most simple, it's the most dramatic. Yes, stands are cool and all, I love a good stand, but it gets so complicated and nuanced. And yeah, even though the fashion in JoJo is fantastic, and it's all the more telling when you get promotional campaigns in Japan where fashion boutique stores promote JoJo. Your characters are being very stylish if that happens. Joseph's adventure was, bizarre, but, really deep. I love the connection that he had with the main antagonists in some shape or form. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who hasn't watched it, but honestly, if you are watching this video, you probably have watched at least the first couple of parts. Yeah, I know this might have been a bit of a rambling video and all, but I did get a lot of people asking about where I found JoJo and why I like it. Can I make videos about it? Well, I made one. And the reason why I didn't make one sooner is because my main channel is a Dragon Ball channel. Not a lot of people watch JoJo. They might watch JoJo, but they're primarily there for Dragon Ball. And it might be a turn-off for a lot of people who don't like JoJo. It might have been tainted by all the memes that might have confused people. And I don't blame them. The memes are really, really immense. I don't know any other anime that has had so many memes attached to it. And to be honest, judging by how colourful and dynamic and original it is, it's a compliment. The internet has accepted JoJo into its arms. That's got to count for something, right? Okay, I think I'm done now. Why I like JoJo? It's bright, it's pretty, it's colourful, it's dramatic. It's a lot of things, and I love it for it. So hey, if you want me to talk about different anime that I like in a bit more detail, that you might have seen glimpses of on the main channel, do let me know down in the comments and whether you like this type of format. I know it's not Anaphile or anything. It's not like a formal sit-down take on it like, you would do for a typical show, but it's something anime. Something, right? So, I hope you're all doing well today, and until next time guys, be sure to like and subscribe, share the love, and one is glad to be of service.